Good afternoon, folks. How are you doing today? Let's be honest. I've done a really good job of talking about one reel at a time, how to get started. Students are signing up every week. Students are doing deals. But one part of my story, I've done a very poor job of talking about, and that is how to get your money right. How to talk about money inside your family unit, your kids, how to turn, you know, price into time. And I saw a post on Instagram. I'm going to give full credit to the creator here momentarily. That really allowed me to set up my story. It really allows me to hammer home just how important it is to get your money right. And in this video, in this PowerPoint presentation, I'm going to talk about a family who makes 200 grand a year and frankly is going broke. I'm going to talk about the difference between gross income, net income, and disposable income. I'm going to talk about your want or need or desire to buy a PlayStation for $1,100 and just how out of reach it is for this particular family. Yes, the example I have here is you have set up your family well, theoretically making 200 grand a year, but you cannot afford to buy an $1,100 console to play video games. Let me explain. Let me bring it up. I call this going broke on 200K a year. It's so sad. And it all boils down to your money. You haven't got your money right. You haven't got your money right. You haven't got your money right. I told you all, I did it badly in my 20s. And in my 30s, we started ratcheting it down. That's why I created the course, Get Your Money Right. So here's the deal. The next slide is going to introduce you to this family. But remember, a high income can be a trap. And more importantly, the rat race rarely lets high income earners out. Think about that. You make a couple hundred grand a year, you have to work your entire life. You just can't get out. It's too hard. You have adopted a spending pattern that is atrocious. The example you are about to see is so frightening. I would have rather made 50 grand a year and had more savings than this family. It is truly scary. So again, this goes to Instagram creator Wisdom to Grow. I took this. I tried to screenshot it, but it didn't. It got fuzzy, so I just moved it over. Let me move this over here, so you can see Wisdom to Grow. Full credit gets credit for this. Follow him on Instagram. You have a gross salary of 200 grand. In this case, the family is putting $18,000 away for 401k. That leaves them a tax bill at 30% of $54,600. So their gross pay is 200, but their net income is 127,400 a year. Now it gets real. Now real life kicks them in the teeth. They have one kid in this case. They spend $24,000 a year on childcare. $2,000 a month seems reasonable. Food for a family of three, right? Mom, dad, child, 12 grand. That actually feels light to me. $1,000 a month for groceries. Either that or we're doing something wrong. I think we spend more than that. And there's only two of us now. Mortgage or rent, $3,000 a month. That's actually pretty low for lots of places, but high for others. Home repairs, right? 3,600. I call them upgrades, carpet, paint, whatever you want to do. It's only $300 a month. It could be a new refrigerator, a new dishwasher, whatever. That's interesting. We do have 2 vacations a year. I don't know where you can go 3 people for $4,000 though. I mean, that's a pretty cheap vacation. Again, maybe I'm doing vacations wrong. There are car payments. Again, hopefully that's only one. That's $500 a month. Again, pretty cheap. Gas, $4,800 seems reasonable. Car insurance, again, family of 3, so probably 2 cars. Property insurance, life insurance, property taxes, clothes. It's just child activities like sports and stuff. Charity, cell phones, miscellaneous, cable, streaming, etc. In the end, this family making 200 grand a year has a net income of $127,400. They are spending $121,700. This is where I'm so disappointed. This is where you have to figure it out, folks. This family making 200 grand a year only has disposable income of $5,700 a year. Think about that. That is sad. That's less than $500 a month that they can do whatever they want with. Everything else is already spent. Folks, this is not okay, but let me hammer it home. It gets worse. If you follow my course, Get Your Money Right, I have this thing called Financial Health Score. And I've done the math for this family. They've scored a 4.5. It's technically 4.47. I rounded up. They are doomed. Actually, no, my mistake. They're on the razor's edge. Doomed is if you're negative. They are on the razor's edge. They are on the very low part of the razor's edge. They're non-lendable. They could not get a loan, right? They have no room. That's their whole budget, right? Let's go back. Go up. Their budget. There's no credit card debt in here. You know they have credit card debt. You know they pay interest. You just know it, right? But again, these folks, man, having yearly income of 127 and you only have freedom dollars or disposable income of $475 a month, that is what is wrong with most consumers, most families. Most families are spending to their income. And I did it. I freely admit it. I was wrong. From 20 years old to 30, I was this person. I was this family. We spent every penny. I'm not even sure if I had $475 left. I was that close to the razor's edge. But again, I think it gets worse. Again, remember, high income does not mean financial freedom. This family right here, very little chance of ever being financially free. This family has to work at having a better financial future, then financial freedom, then legacy wealth. This family talks about legacy wealth without realizing they need to get their house in order. No chance. You can't get there at $475 a month. That's one flat tire and the money's gone. It's just bad. So again, please do not get tricked into a high income. High income is not a guaranteed financial freedom. The rat race very, very rarely lets high income earners out unless you sacrifice, you work for it, daily discipline, things of that nature. So here we go. I created How to Get Your Money Right because of this critical issue. It was a critical part of my success. I've told you, we were 30 years old. We had a couple of dollars to buy a rental, but we couldn't keep growing. We needed to earn, save, invest, repeat. If you don't get your expenses right, you don't understand need and want, I don't have a good answer for you. If you don't know where you are, you don't know how you can improve. That's a big deal. The $99 course, Get Your Money Right, it introduces some things you will see here, but it has a budget. It allows you to plan. It allows you to see how you're doing. The spreadsheet changes colors. If you don't know where you are, you don't know where you're going. Have the conversation. Get after it. Just talk as a family unit and just see where you are so you can see where you're going. Here's the deal. In this case, there's a PlayStation 5 you want to buy for your kid. Call it $1,100. And I hope this drives it home. People don't think price. I want you to think time. Time is irreplaceable. Once it is spent, you can't get it back. When you look at this and you think, hey, this family makes 200 grand a year, of course they can afford a Sony PlayStation 5. Who cares if it costs $1,100? Folks, if you are on the razor's edge at 4.5 on a scale of 1 to 15, I got to tell you, don't buy the video game. You cannot afford it. Let's go through the math. So here's the deal, right? If you start in the top left where it's green, in theory, you make 200 grand a year. That's $96 an hour. It only takes 11 hours. Let's call it 11 and a half hours to buy the video game. 11 and a half hours in an 8-hour work week means you work a day and a half. If you work a day and a half to buy the video game, go nuts. It's a day and a half. You go to work Monday. By Tuesday lunch, it's paid for. Oh, by the way, that's not how it works. You and I pay taxes. In this case, there's donations to 401k or deposits, whatever. In this case, you have net income of 127. So instead of making $96 an hour, you actually only make 61. You take home $61. So in that case, you know what? You got to work 18 hours. So you know what? You're going to work 2 days in until your, before your lunch break on Wednesday, you bought the game. You bought the console. That's not bad. Your kid's doing well, got good grades. Shoot, you can work 2.5 days for your kid. But that's not what this family has. It's not about gross. It's not about net income, folks. It's your disposable income, what I call freedom dollars. This family has $5,700 in disposable income for the year. They make $2.74 an hour. They have created a lifestyle that turns their $96 into $2.74. This family has to work 401.5 hours. Folks, that is 10 weeks. I'm sorry. This family cannot work 10 weeks to buy a video game. 10 weeks. That's 2 months and 2 weeks to buy a damn video game. I am here to tell you, you cannot afford it. If you have set up your lifestyle where your disposable income is that little, you make $2 an hour, you got to get your money right. Jesus, you got to get your money right. You have a spending problem. Not okay. Going broke on $200K a year. In the end, folks, stop looking at price tags. A big part of my course is turn every price tag into time. Don't think about time as gross. Don't think about time as net income. Think about time with disposable income. And then tell your kids, hey, mom and dad want to buy you the PlayStation 5. It costs $1,100. Did you know it takes mom and dad 400 hours or 10 weeks to buy it? Different conversation. Don't talk gross income. Talk disposable income. And at the end of the day, the only number that matters is your freedom dollars or your disposable income, that $5,700 that you see here in the bottom left. In the end, I want you to make talking about money a family matter. I want you to educate your kids. Talk to them. Gross, net, disposable, taxes. Turn price tags into time. These are all important things. So here's the course. I put it out there. It's only $99. It's called Get Your Money Right, the Game of Money. Financial freedom starts here. I do have the link there. It's also linked below in the description. I don't know. This was a critical element. Olivia and I could not have retired financially free if we didn't get our money right. We would have had 3, 4, maybe 5 rentals. Earn, save, invest, repeat. So hopefully that makes sense. Too many of us are living close to the edge, right? That financial health score is a big deal. If you're below 0, you're doomed. You're 1 to 15, you're on the razor's edge. That's dangerous. Next is the slippery slope, right? The slippery slope is painful because that's where you can get credit real easy. Come buy a new car, get a bigger house, get a second house, buy an RV. Be careful. If you want financial freedom, it starts with having a better financial future. After a better financial future, it's then financial freedom. From financial freedom, you can go to legacy wealth. Have a wonderful day, folks. Take a look at the course. It will help you have these conversations. Take care. Bye-bye.